It was a bloodbath on Wall Street today. I can't sugarcoat it in any other way. The Dow Jones has plunged more than 2,000 points for only the fourth time in American history. Today, the S&P 500 ended the week down 9.1%, the biggest decline since March 2020, the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The S&P 500 has lost $5 trillion in value over the tariffs. The Dow Jones has lost significant value as a result of the tariffs. The Nasdaq is down more than 4% as a result of the tariffs. It is complete Armageddon. Before I continue, to all those who have become paid subscribers to my channel, whether on Substack or on YouTube, thank you so much for supporting my work. The easiest way to support my work, allow me to do this full time, allow me to cover this important news, including important news like the anti-Trump protest happening tomorrow, where I'll be covering on the ground. Please consider becoming a paid subscriber today by clicking the button below or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. With that, here's the other news you missed today. Other than the stock market plummeting, Donald Trump signed a 75-day extension to the TikTok ban. But we're now learning, according to the Associated Press, that there was something more sinister happening behind the scenes. Trump had a deal with TikTok done on the table, but China nixed that deal because of Donald Trump's tariffs this week. And as a result, Donald Trump was forced to sign the 75-day extension. In addition, remember that Maryland father I spoke about who was unlawfully deported erroneously by the Trump administration to El Salvador? Well, today, a Maryland judge ordered that the Trump administration return him back to Maryland from El Salvador. This father should have never been deported. He was not a member of Tren de Aragua. He was sent to the Secot prison in El Salvador, and now a Maryland judge has ordered the Trump administration to return him. We'll see if the Trump administration complies. They have until April 7th at 11:59 p.m. In addition, the United States Supreme Court has allowed Donald Trump to essentially halt teacher grants that are cited as diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Trump administration has dropped a Biden Medicare obesity drug coverage proposal. That happened. In addition, the North Carolina, major news out of North Carolina. The North Carolina Court of Appeals ordered that 65,000 voters have to prove essentially their eligibility. They're going to have a recount in the Supreme Court race as Republican Jefferson Griffin is challenging a 700 vote deficit against Allison Riggs. This was an election that was ended or that was held in November. The Republican has been trying to challenge this in the courts for the past several months, and well, he secured a major win today. Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve chairman, has said that tariffs are likely to rise inflation, that the economic impact of tariffs will be likely larger than expected. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is telling him, cut rates and stop playing politics, cut interest rates. It's unclear whether he'll do so. Nintendo will be delaying pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 as a result of Donald Trump's tariffs. The delay will be until April 9th. Nintendo will have further comment about whether or not he'll be delaying further soon. In addition, Donald Trump spent his day at the golf course. Meanwhile, Pete Hegseth will be going to Dover, Delaware for a dignified transfer of the 4 American troops who tragically passed away in Lithuania during a military exercise in the past week. Donald Trump will not be attending that dignified transfer. He will instead be attending a live golf event in Palm Beach. 500 law firms have joined a court brief supporting Perkins Coie in its lawsuit against the Trump administration. That is significant. A conservative legal group has filed what it says is the first lawsuit aimed at blocking U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports, accusing the Trump administration of essentially exceeding its authority. Governor Gavin Newsom of California is asking trading partners to exclude his state from retaliatory tariffs, saying California is not Washington, D.C. As the 5th largest economy in the world, the Golden State will remain a steady, reliable partner for generations to come. And JP Morgan is now raising the odds of a recession to 60%. Oh, I fell. Folks, this is all the news of the day. I'm sure there'll be more news tonight that I'll continue covering. I'll have live coverage from the protest tomorrow. Thank you so much for your support. Please consider subscribing by clicking the button below. becoming a paid subscriber to my Substack, or supporting my channel by sending a one-time donation to Aaron Parnas via Venmo, and I'll see you again this evening.